Alright, welcome to another game. This is for the Season 8 play-in round, and it is going to be sruman playing Dragon versus Tenerim playing Lion. Should be a good matchup. Let's pull up the deck lists here. It is new Stronghold Lion. I think they're pretty much all using that nowadays. Kind of just replace the old one. Like with Phoenix, the old Stronghold is still actually, like, it has its own use because it's one of the only cards in the game that can affect Glory. So there are still some Phoenix decks that use the old Stronghold, but the old Lion Stronghold, it seems like we're just not going to be seeing it anymore. It's just kind of a plain military buff. Ooh, Steadfast Samurai, that's interesting. So the Lion deck is on Dragon Splash here. 3 Let Go, 3 Hawk Tattoo. 41 cards in the Conflict deck. That's a little bit unusual. Oh yeah. For some reason, this is the first Stronghold that only has 9 influence. I was about to say, I wonder why he didn't throw in an Ancient Master since it's 1 influence, but he actually only has 12 influence with the Keeper roll. We see a Doom Shugenja from Dragon. The Dragon deck is on Crab Splash, 3 Pathfinder Blade, 3 Reprieve, and 1 Mountain. A little bit unusual, but I have seen it before. We see, the Death Seeker gets played with 1 Fate. That's pretty interesting, I would say. Having only 12 influence is probably a buff. 13 is kind of annoying. Well, it was kind of annoying, but now you have like Ancient Master and Hurricane Punch that are only 1 influence. So like Phoenix on Dragon Splash is using up all 13 influence now. So I don't think it's as annoying as it used to be. We have 3 Volcanic Troll in the Dragon deck. That is a character I have not actually seen get played yet. I did hear Mind's Desire saying that it's a bad card, which I think is a reasonable thing to say, probably. It's not like using 12 out of 13 influence matters. Yeah, that's true. You don't necessarily need to use all the influence. There is a Fine Katana on the Steadfast Samurai. sruman bid 3 here. So I think that was because he saw the Steadfast Samurai. He was afraid of a 1 to 5 bid, which would hopefully clarifies that it's a bad card only in Dragon. Well, I mean, you can only use it in Dragon, so does that really matter? Like, I feel like it's kind of implied. Yeah, so if tenerim bid 1 or even 2 and sruman bid 5, then the Steadfast Samurai would potentially be sticking around for a long time. He can see by the deck list that there is no kind of, if any other clan got it, it would be in their deck. Yeah, that's probably true, but it kind of only bad due to opportunity costs. The card in a vacuum isn't terrible. Yeah, I agree with you, but it is a dragon card, so it's kind of a not really worth talking about, I feel like. We see this Death Seeker find Restoration of Balance, and that's going to discard 4 cards. Ooh, it's a Fallen in battle. That's a 1-time card in that deck, so he doesn't have to worry about that now. This is a political conflict. Interesting. Political fire. I still think it's probably a mistake to bid 3 because now you have less cards. Um, I feel like Steadfast Samurai is kind of a bait to make your opponent bid low. Ooh, gets the firing and is gonna get a Keeper Initiate and honor the Samurai. Because, like, Dragon, if you're not bidding 5 with Dragon, then you're not really happy. And, like, the Steadfast Samurai not dying, it actually literally doesn't matter this turn. Oh, wait. It actually prevents it from losing Fate. I didn't know that. I think, if I'm remembering correctly, Shizue doesn't prevent the Fate loss, but I could be wrong. But yeah, like, I mean, now that it has a fine katana, it's kind of a big deal, but still not really. Like, it's still just a 1-1 with 1 glory. Shizue does too? Okay. Yeah, I guess you just prevent fate loss. Yeah, I guess you just don't see either of them played that often. So we still have a military conflict from tenerim. Probably won't want to use the stronghold if I had to guess, unless he plays like. So he could play an Ikoma reservist. He has 3 of those in his deck. I think that is a really good card actually. It's a 1 cost 1/1 0 glory. This character gets +2 military skill while you have claimed the fire or water ring. And that's actually like perfect for Dragon because, yeah, and he's holding back this Keeper Initiate, so that implies that he's going to do another military attack. Yeah, that's a really good card for Lion because it lets them get a free use of their stronghold. You can just play her into the conflict for 3 extra skill after you've played the fire ring, or after you've claimed the fire ring rather, and then sacrifice her to the stronghold. We see a defense with skill 5 though, so yeah, and he is going to prevent this break from happening. So we will not see the second military conflict from Lion, but the Keeper Initiate means that he will get favor. And he's going into turn 2 with a much larger board, but down 6 fate. So we'll see what he can do here on the second turn. I think he probably does have at least 1 Ikoma reservist in his hand, based on that play. There's a favorable ground though, so maybe you just only 2 cards. Yeah, he hit Restoration of Balance early. Oh, 2 card advantage, you mean? Yeah. Maybe he just figured he wasn't going to win that conflict, so he left the Keeper at home to claim favor, and it pays off. He sees Ikoma Ujiaki. That is really strong. Claiming the favor on turn 1 and then flipping that on the second turn. Didn't even need the palace, yeah. The high roll lion is happening. So he probably just plays this with like 2 fate and then passes, maybe 3 if he really wants it to stay around. Lion has 1 assassinate, so he will potentially need something to protect this swordsmith here. Yeah, 3 fate on the Ujiaki. Dragon has 11 fate here, so probably won't pass. Gotta get some more characters out. It's going to be tough to defend this turn, though. This Ujiaki is going to be flipping a bunch of characters, and Lion will have a ton of skill. We see a 4 fate Raitsugu. Swordsmith is going to find a Cloud the Mind. That's actually really strong. He can Cloud Ujiaki here. The only downside is that tenerim knows he has the Cloud the Mind now and can play around it. If tenerim has a Let Go, he can just attack anyway. If he doesn't, he can maybe save Ujiaki. We see tenerim draw 5. Sruman draws 4. So he's still worried about that Steadfast Samurai, it seems. I would have just gone ahead and drew 5 here. I think there's no way Lion draws anything less than 5, so you can just go ahead and bid 5. Like I said, I think when Steadfast Samurai is on the board, people get a little bit too scared about going down a bunch of honor. But it's not really a big deal because that means you're going up a bunch of cards usually. We see the Jade Masterpiece here. This is a really strong card, especially playing it on a character with a lot of fate. He's just going to be able to use this every single turn to essentially get 1 fate per turn. So it costs him 1. It'll be in play for like 5 turns, I guess. So he's gaining 4 fate potentially from that. And it's not a card that's really worth using Let Go on, which is actually a good thing because then it just stays in play. Like, he's going to save Let Go for the Cloud the Mind or the... what else is there? I don't know, just some other attachment like a Pathfinder Blade or a Preve would be better. Only issue... It's just a 1/1. Only issue is with HMT, it can be turned off. Talking about the Samurai or the Jade Masterpiece? Oh, yeah. I think he's talking, Doji David is talking about the Jade Masterpiece because with the new Lion Stronghold, you can potentially just claim all the rings and then there aren't any with Fate. Yeah, yeah. Still 1 political skill though, and it's still worth it even if there's only 1 ring with Fate, being able to still take any ring you want and still get that Fate is still pretty good. We see Art of War here. He only has 2 skill actually, so Art of War is not breaking, which is actually what Lion wants. We'll see if he defends this. There's not really an excellent person to defend this with. This is the Void Ring, which I feel like you don't care a whole lot about. It's going to remove 1 fate from Ujiaki, and it's going to prevent him from moving 1 from the Swordsmith or the Raitsugu. I feel like it's not a big deal. Do you find Katana the Tattooed Wanderer and block with Keeper? That is a good question. I don't think you want it to break that badly. It's not like a Feast or Famine, right? Like, Feast or Famine can just straight up win you the game. This is just drawing you 3 cards, and if you don't get it now, you just get it later. You also risk him having a Pathfinder's Blade, in which case you just wasted a Katana, essentially. So I don't really think it's worth the play here. Oh wow, he's going to defend with Ujiaki and use his ability as the first action. So this is going to mean that he doesn't have to worry about Cloud now on the Ujiaki because he's already used the ability. Has a favorable ground as well, yeah, that's true. Lion has not used the staging ground yet, so he could actually find a favorable ground with this if he brings in these 2 characters. This is military. You probably do Toturi Tactician. You could just go AG Toturi. Ooh, wow, he goes AG Tactician. Ah. That is interesting. So I guess this gets you more characters, but currently there are no characters that trigger off of this in play. 3 or lower. He has nothing in his discard pile, so unless he finds something with the staging ground, Um, yeah, actually, he could have charge in his hand. I think this signifies that he does have a charge for the Toturi, and we're going to see him charged in on a military attack. That seems pretty likely. Otherwise, you would just bring him in here, right? Yeah, Doji David says probably charge for Toturi. The Tattooed Wanderer will go home. The Gifted Tactician will draw him a card. So you probably wait. Oh. Oh, this actually triggers his Stronghold. It doesn't have to be an attack. So he's going to go... Wow, that's actually pretty good. So he's going to go ahead and do that now and discard the Gifted Tactician. That means he now has a character to bring back into play with AG. Oh, yeah, someone in chat pointed that out. Arash Suri, once he sacks the guy, I'll have Tactician in the discard. Yeah, I think maybe I just didn't realize that you could use this on defense. Like, I didn't even think of it. And, yeah, the Tactician draws him a card. Yeah, it looks like he is going to go... Ooh, he's going Political Earth. Interesting. So he takes the Fate off the Earth Ring, and the Death Seeker means that... Ooh, so this is pretty tricky, actually. So I like this play. So if he loses this conflict, then the Death Seeker gets to take a Fate off of somebody, and he gets the Gifted Tactician back, which will then draw him another card on his next military attack. He has 2 military attacks. It's funny. And if he doesn't defend this, then it's just a free Earth Ring, like literally free, because it's Restoration of Balance. This is actually a really good play, I think. Yeah, and if he brings the Gifted Tactician again, since it left play and came back, it will not have memory of using its ability, so he'll be able to actually draw another card with it, which is pretty good. Do you defend with Raitsugu and kill it? Well, so the problem is he's only up 1 skill right now. He could use Stronghold, which would make him be up 3 skill. But then he loses a political and gets Tactician. Yeah, I mean, this is Deathseeker doing what she's supposed to do. It's creating kind of a lose-lose situation for the dragon player here, because if he defends and wins the conflict, then you get Deathseeker's ability trigger and your Tactician back. If he loses the conflict, then Tenerim gets the Earth Ring. And we actually do see no defense, so valuing that Earth Ring slightly less than the alternative. Yeah, the lion hand size is getting pretty out of control at this point, which is especially surprising considering that he hit Restoration on turn 1 and discarded 4 cards. Like, that's pretty insane. See, we see a Hawk Tattoo. Ooh, Tenerim plays Hawk Tattoo to move in the Swordsmith. So he's actually going for the loss on this conflict. Interesting that he didn't play it on the Raitsugu. I guess he doesn't want to risk getting dueled to death. And Art of War didn't even break, yeah. The funny thing is, if he actually had played this on Raitsugu, he would have gotten to take an additional action because Raitsugu is a monk. Yeah, thanks to this Seal of the Dragon. But yeah, didn't want to get dueled. Yeah, wants to use that Deathseeker ability. And I don't think there's really a whole lot you can do about this, is there? Yeah, he's just gonna pass. it does mean that he doesn't have to discard a card off of the Earth Ring. The Lion player should be able to draw either way. Oh, yeah, so he's already used his military attack, that's true. I think tenerim just passes here, probably. Like, this is what you wanted, right? That is one hawk tattoo down. Oh, wow. That's... Okay, that's pretty crazy. He plays another hawk tattoo to move in Raitsugu also. Um... I guess? So I think what he's gonna do maybe is kill the tattooed wanderer with Deathseeker, but if Raitsugu duels her, then... Yeah, you might as well duel her now. Don't know if I like giving the forfeit Raitsugu more mill. Yeah, he did just add an additional military skill to this Raitsugu, who's going to be sticking around for a very long time. Yeah, so we see the stronghold. We're going to see the duel here. This should kill the Deathseeker. Yep, there she goes. So Deathseeker ability will not be able to be used now. But that's not really a big deal. And here comes the... You could bring in the Deathseeker, I guess, but yeah, the tactician is correct, because you're not going to be losing another military this turn. And it looks like the Tattooed Wanderer is going to go ahead and attack here with a Water Ring. So probably to unbow Raitsugu, if I had to guess. Or he could bow the Samurai also. We see a defense here with the Keeper Initiate. I mean, Tenerim's going to have a character left either way here. He does only have... So if this goes through and the Samurai gets bowed, then Tenerim will... I mean, I guess he could still get 2 conflicts off, but he wouldn't be able to charge Toturi. We see a Court Games and another Court Games. Seven to 7 on hand size. Let's see if Tenerim has another card. So yeah, he really wants to win this, I think, in order to get good value out of both of his military attacks here. I expect we'll see him go for the... Do you go... So if he has charge for Toturi, do you go for the double air or the double fire? I feel like you probably go for the double air in this situation. Just go back up to 12 honor. He does have 1 assassinate in his deck, like I said. Ooh, Ageless Crone. So this means that he will actually not get to charge this turn. He is now out of fate and has no way to get any fate back. And we see a Seal of the Dragon. So, ooh, Tenerim passes. Double fire might be better. Yeah, it could be. You honor Ujiaki and... Actually, does he have any stand your ground? No, it looks like he does not. Yeah, so that's really unfortunate. Tenerim is going to lose the conflict even though he spent that fate. Yeah. We see Raitsugu get unbowed though. So let's see what happens here. We're seeing an attack at not manicured, restoration balance with the air ring, steadfast samurai. Seems good. So one of these attacks we should see Raitsugu defend. It looks like it will not be this one. He wants favor, yeah, for sure. It is very important for both players to get the favor. I think if Tenerim wins this conflict, which he does, so it could actually be worth considering. So you could just leave your guy standing here for favor if you don't think you can win this attack. If he does have like a Legion of 1 maybe, then maybe we'll see him use his next attack. You could have also attacked with both characters there, and then force him to either defend and lose favor, or not defend and... I think if he doesn't defend, he gets favor, right? No, if he defends, then they tie. Yeah, I don't know. We see staging ground used to reveal 2 face down cards. Finds a favorable ground. That might have been nice to have earlier. Yeah, actually, I'm not sure why he didn't use that action earlier. If he defends, whoever wins gets favor. Well, it was 2 rings to 1, right? Oh, you mean... Yeah, so if he stays standing here, then no one gets favor. They tie. That is true. So actually, this favorable ground does change things. I think you probably attack here, and then if he defends, you favorable ground home, and you still tie favor that way. So maybe not. Tenerim is first player next turn. That's true, so he can get the fate off the fire ring if he leaves it there. In that situation, though, I think that the dragon player would use this Jade Masterpiece to put it on a less desirable ring. You could still go for the fate in that case, but might not be as worth it. Um, 6 to 6 on hand sizes. Yeah, not having any fate here is pretty unfortunate for Tenerim. It looks like he is going to go for an attack. Ooh, finds shameful display. So this is not good. This means that this Raitsugu is now going to be honored. And I think you have to favorable ground home now so that dragon doesn't get favor. Ancient Master is going to drop anyway. Yeah, we could see an Ancient Master from dragon to just take this favor regardless of what happens. I think you probably should favorable ground home though, because... Ooh, wow, we see a bonsai, so he's actually going to go for the win here. Let's see if he can do it. The Lion deck does have a pretty good amount of military buffs. There is the Legion of 1. Ooh, there's a Hurricane Punch on Raitsugu. So this is getting pretty risky for Tenerim here. See if he wants to play another card here. Let me check actually if this dragon deck has the Void Fist. Yes, it does. Yeah, and he is going to favorable ground home there. Would have still needed to play one more card to Void Fist, but this does mean that they will tie for favor. So Dragon will not get it unless he has an Ancient Master, which he does. So just doesn't really matter. And wow, Lion's whole board here will be wiping except for the Ujiaki. And now that he doesn't have favor, that is not as useful. So I think it was probably a mistake to play the Ageless Crone, trying to win that conflict. I think you should have probably... I guess if he saved it for charge, then we could have just seen a bow on the Steadfast Samurai, so he couldn't use both conflicts. Yeah, sruman definitely played that turn very well. Ooh, we see Togashi Mitsu. Does Dragon still run... what's her name? Sumiko? Looks like this deck does not, at least. Just Yokuni and Mitsu for the 5 costs. Man, that's pretty crazy that Sumiko got... Sumiko? Sumiko. Man, I forgot her name already. It's pretty crazy that she got dropped, though. Like, because she's, like, a pretty insane character. So, the fact that they're dropping her kind of says a lot about the strength of the Dragon Dynasty deck. Still think Sumiko is greater than Niten. Niten Master, I'm guessing. Niten is much better against Dragon Phoenix, other dragon. Yeah, I don't know. Basically drop all the favor stuff in the new monk build, so Sumiko is less reliable. By all the... yeah, you still have Ancient Master. I'm not sure what you mean by drop all the favor stuff. Like, you still have Palace, you still have Master. You still have ways to get the favor. So... and we do see Mitsu get played. Seems good. And I think Tenerim will actually pass. Yep. Finds a reprieve with the Swordsmith. Oh, Mind's Desire... Censure, yeah. Mind's Desire dropped Niten Master instead of Sumiko? Did he? That's pretty wild if he did. sruman finally gonna bid 5. Ancient Master, okay. Yeah, I was about to say, if you drop Niten Master, I think that's a little bit crazy. Too many Masters, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Ancient Master is a good card, but if you don't have Sumiko, then I can definitely see dropping it. Mitsu, though, is really crazy. He's going to be able to... Monked? It seems like he can just do everything. Like, Monk, Tattoo, or Kiho. That's so many cards. That's Hurricane Punch, Tattooed Wanderer. It's 3/5 of his current discard pile here that he can just play. We see that Cloud the Mind go down on the line spread Brawler. He now actually doesn't have to use it on Ujiaki since Lion no longer has favor. Yeah, and the Keyhole go back into their deck. Like, why? Like, I guess with Phoenix Stronghold, you literally have it every turn because it's your Stronghold. Um, so if that one shuffled it back in, then that would, or put it on the bottom, then that would be, like, way too strong. But I still don't see how it's allowed on Mitsu. I think it should still remove it from the game. I don't know. Pretty good card. And then they just give him Covert to top it all off. I don't even know why he has Covert. I was thinking about this the other day. Like, I feel like in the new cycle, they just give Covert to some characters because they want them to be stronger. It's like, oh, Mitsu, we want him to be strong. Let's give him Covert. Or like Shahai was another one I think that they gave Covert for some reason. That one, I mean, I'm fine with both of those because I love Mitsu and I love Shahai, but I think the permanents should last around and then go away forever. So you mean like if he replays a Tattooed Wanderer, it should only... Yeah, like maybe at the end of the conflict it gets removed from the game. He breathes fire, so no one wants to defend against him. Yeah, that's fair, I guess. Attachments and characters, yeah. Wait, I just realized he can play Hawk Tattoo, can't he? That's actually broken. Oh man. Tenerim saying, do I lose here if it's Feast or Famine? That is a good question to ask. I mean, you can't really attack into Shameful, so... Just as broken as Centipede Tattoo. Oh yeah, Yokuni can copy Mitsu too, and then play another card. Man, Dragon is just so good now. Like, they were already really good before, but now they're just... I think they're just too good now. Someone needs to ban Feast or Famine or something, I don't know. If he has Hawk Tattoo, he doesn't lose to Feast or Famine. He's already played 2. How many does he have? He has 3, so there is 1 left. It's even worse with Hawk Tattoo. Yeah, once the character that you played Hawk Tattoo on dies, it just goes back to your discard and you can do it again. Like, I think Mitsu is actually just broken. Like, I think you could legitimately take the word Covert off of him and he would still be way too good. And again, I can't complain about that too much because I really like monks. So I was hoping that Monk Dragon would actually be good after this cycle. Ooh, and he did find Feast or Famine. Issue with Dragon design is designers think their conditions are real costs when they can be played to the player's advantage, so everything is undercosted fate-wise. I guess you're talking about like Investigator, where you have to spend a fate to a ring or something like that. Or like Mitsu. Um, yeah, I think Dragon probably is pretty good now. Oh yeah, Master Alchemist as well. Yeah, because Dragon, they were trying to go for that whole Fate on Rings theme, um, but a lot of times it's not a really big cost for them to put Fate on Rings, because then they can just get it back. Yeah, especially if they're like defending with an investigator, they just put a Fate on a ring and then immediately get it back on their attack. So you essentially get his ability for free, and it's like an insanely strong ability. Um, oh wow, we saw Let Go on Cloud and then another Cloud get played. Or Void Fist, yeah, play two cards in one conflict. Void Fist, yeah, Void Fist is zero fate. That seems like a mistake. I think that should definitely cost something other than having to play two cards. Dragon is just gonna be like insanely hard to beat now. Yeah, Void Fist is pretty dumb. Void Fist is essentially Kachiko, but on an event. I guess the other thing is it does have to be a monk character, but again, that's not really a big deal. Since they have like Mitsu, they have Seal of the Dragon, they can just put on it anybody. Better than Kachiko, yeah. Oh, right. Kachiko is lower. Lion's Pride Brawler is equal or lower. I mean, she has 6 political skill, so. Scorpion's pack got this. Yeah. I might just have to play Dragon or Scorpion. Like, Dragon and Scorpion are just so good. I mean, I'm gonna play Crab if I go to Worlds still, but I don't know. Yeah, they made the Hurricane Punch Void Fist combo on purpose. That is probably true. We do see Toturi here going to resolve a double firing. He got charged in, it looks like. That means Feast or Famine does go off, though. So this Ujiaki is going to lose his fate. Ooh, he's going to bring in the Keeper Initiate and then honor it. Good play there. I mean, to be fair, Dragon and Scorpion are actually two of my favorite clans. The reason I haven't been playing them is because in Dragon I really like monks, and the monks were just not good. And then Scorpion, I really like the shinobi and not the courtiers. Oh, he's gonna dishonor Mitsu. That's good as well. Scorpion, I like shinobi and not courtiers, and since they've been all about courtiers recently, or until now, I haven't really touched them too much. Scorpion was actually my first clan back when I first discovered Legend of the Five Rings, back in the old game. Back then I was like a kid, so I really liked the whole ninja thing. They're still one of my favorite clans, but you can't beat Crab. So it looks like we are seeing Mitsu going for a military void attack, gonna covert Ujiaki. Maybe they'll force the issue with Shinobi like they did with monks in Elemental Cycle. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of annoying how they're like forcing that. Like it would be better if there were just like multiple deck archetypes that all worked. Like you have your weapon dragon and then you have your monk dragon and they both work independently, but right now it's kind of just play all the best cards. Yeah, Scorpion is. Some people don't like Scorpion because they're like, really edgy, but they're a really cool clan. I like them a lot. We see a Hurricane Punch on Mitsu. Oh, he played that from the discard pile, So it's going to go back on the bottom of the deck. Yeah, if Courtier Scorpion was good and Shinobi Scorpion was good and they were like two separate independent decks, then that would be pretty cool. I hope that happens. I'll definitely play Shinobi Scorp. The other thing is Scorpion got Keeper of Earth, which is actually kind of decent for Shinobi because they get the what's that event? I forget what it's called, but the one where you dishonor a Shinobi character and then give someone -4 military. Yeah, the new Scorpion Stronghold as well. We see a Legion of 1 on the Keeper Initiate, gonna resolve it twice. So 4 to 9 here. Ah, yeah, Discourage Pursuit, that's it. Earth roll only. I think that's what they really need to do, though, is they need to start printing more strongholds that work with different archetypes. Because I think that's what really makes it different from, like, just play this clan with all the best cards, right? Because that's sort of how it is right now. Like, when you play Dragon, you have the Dragon Stronghold and you just put all the best cards in. Whereas, like, with Phoenix, they have two actually good strongholds that both work in very different ways. So they actually have two different viable deck archetypes. It looks like Tenerim is going to win that conflict. Interesting that he played the Fine Katana there. So the Lion Stronghold can only be used to sacrifice a Bushi character. So he actually couldn't use that with the Keeper Initiate, which I think might have been why he played the Fine Katana, to stop him from using the Stronghold. You should at least wait to see if he plays a conflict character, I think. Maybe he just didn't realize that it was Bushi. Going to attack Sacred Sanctuary now. Is that the other face down one? Yes, it is. Maybe you just save Ujiaki for the defense. I guess if he unbows Mitsu, like, that's just fine, because he's 0 political. He is going to pass his conflict, though. That seems good. Save it for the defense here. Won't Raitsugu kill him? I mean, probably 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 to 5. 9 to 5 after Stronghold. So yeah, he probably just gets killed. He could stay unbowed here to get favor. We see the Earth Ring. I think he actually might just... Oh no, the Ancient Master... Well, he has 2 rings though, so yeah, I think he just doesn't defend, yeah. We see a Fine Katana on Lion's Pride Brawler. Doesn't want that to get discarded from the Earth Ring. And that's going to be it. Shameful Display breaks. Let's see what the Earth Ring hits. It hits for shame. Not bad. Participate. Yeah, I believe it does have to be participating. Wait, does it? Oh, no, it doesn't, does it? Sacrifice a friendly... Yeah, so it doesn't have to be participating. Yeah, I thought it had to be participating, actually. I didn't know that. Good thing mine's not commenting on that Face Down Dynasty discard. Ooh, he... he chose to discard the Face Down card, it looks like. Was it? Yeah, that was Face Down, right? And he hits a Keeper Initiate. Kind of why you don't want to discard against keeper clans, usually. Yeah, so you could have sacrificed Toturi to the stronghold, so that's why that fine katana got played, to prevent that from happening. So that's actually a good play there. Lion's board is looking not good, though. Ooh, he finds another Ujiaki. This could be what he needs to save himself. Tactician's Apprentice. After honor dials are revealed, if your bid is lower than opponent's, draw one card. That is an interesting card. Yeah, and a palace. 2 clouds down, yeah. Not getting those spirit collars, yeah, that's true. He could find one off of Ujiaki. Maybe you play the Apprentice in addition to Ujiaki here, just so you get more cards when you use his ability. We finally see that Investigator come out. This dragon board is just so big. Like, I don't know if Lion can do enough here. I think you play both so you can Ujiaki, then staging to find a spirit collar. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, and Dragon is actually going to do Praetsugu. So yeah, I think you do play the Tactician. Tactician's Apprentice. I know in the old game Tactician was a keyword ability, but doesn't seem to have a trait in the new game. I guess Commander is a trait. Wow, he didn't buy Yokuni. Yeah, I mean, if he bought Yokuni 2 Fate, that would be all of his Fate, which is a lot. And, like, I don't know what you would copy. You can't copy Mitsu, because if you have no Fate, you can't play the Wanderers. Unless you attack and get a ring with Fate. But do you really want to play both Wanderers? I don't know. I guess you copy Lion Spread Brawler. It looks like he did not buy the Tactician's Apprentice, though. He can get both Fate off the ring, yeah, I guess. But they have I Am Ready. Oh, yeah, it is. Ready for Battle is what you meant. That's the only thing it gets used on, yeah, I guess. I Am Ready is the Unicorn card that is worse. Yep, Ready for Battle. Same thing, right? Don't like Investigator at all versus Lion. I mean, plays a reprieve. I think Investigator was mainly just because he wanted to have Fate. Yokuni could copyright Sugu. Well, Ujiaki won't. Oh, so Raitsugu duel him and then void him and then he dies? Is that what you mean? Looks like he's thinking about attacking with the Investigator here. Oh, or Yokuni duel and Raitsugu duel. Yeah, that's true. If you put them both in that conflict. So attacking with Investigator is probably not as good as defending because when you put a fate on a ring with the ability, then your opponent gets to choose if he wants to take that fate. But it's not guaranteed that Lion will do a political attack here, so probably fine. Looks like we're seeing Ujiaki defend, potentially. To 15 cards. That's a lot of cards. This is one of those matchups where they just keep bidding 5 the whole time. Ujiaki, ooh. That's really bad luck. He flips a Matsu Berserker with Ujiaki's ability. It's like actually... Is that actually just the worst card you could find there? Oh, he has one Matsu 7th Legion. Same thing there, I guess. Or another Ujiaki, I guess. It's only seen 2. But yeah, I think I would strongly consider just letting this break to draw more cards. We get to look at his hand here. Legion of 1, Legion of 1, Bonsai, Force Shame, Goblin, Let Go, Fan, Ready for Battle, Weigh the Lion. Discards, Let Go. Interesting. So, plays Ornate Fan. So, he could have used that Let Go on the Cloud the Mind that's on the Lion's Pride Brawler, but chose to save it, maybe expecting a second Cloud. Ooh, we see a Hawk Tattoo on the Lion's Pride Brawler. That's really strong. Think I would have first action Let Go? Yeah, probably. If you first action Let Go, then you risk another Cloud being played on Ujiaki, and then he can't use his action, but I think that's kind of fine. Like, he was really hoping for something like a Spirit Color, or... I don't know, something good out of that second card there. Didn't find it, though. At least something he could put into play. And this Hawk Tattoo is very bad for Lion. We see a Force Shame. Yeah, so Dragon's just going to take the loss here. Did he have 2 Force Shames or 1? He only had 1. So interesting that he plays that, because he's just going to bow and not dishonor. I think the Force Shame doesn't really matter there. Yeah, I definitely agree that if he didn't defend, he'd be in a better spot. Yeah, and the Force Shame didn't make any sense. Like, I guess maybe he was hoping that he would dishonor for some reason, but there's no reason to ever dishonor there. You just bow. Yeah, it could be tilting a little bit maybe. Dragon does have a pretty commanding board lead at this point. So, looks like he's going at a face down province. So this could be Manicured or Feast or Famine. It is Feast or Famine. He does have the Pathfinder's Blade though on Mitsu. And we saw Lion's Hand, there's no Let Go. He discarded the only Let Go that was in his hand. So this is just going to be a break, and then he'll Pathfinder's Blade it. Think I would have used Staging Grounds before the conflict, that way you know if you want to Ujiaki or not. Yeah, I was thinking about that as well. The only potential downside to that is that it lets your opponent know what you're going to get as well as letting you know. So, I don't know. It's kind of a wash, I guess, because if you do it, then just both players can play around it. I think what he was probably hoping for, though, was to pull both of the characters in and then use the staging grounds on the two face-down provinces. Favorable ground sent home the Ancient Master. So let's do a count here. Tenerim has 3, 4. Sruman has 2, 3, 4 if he gets this ring. He could have actually sent home Mitsu, but then you risk the assassinate. So it looks like they are going to tie favor. I think if you have assassinate, you assassinate the master, so you get favor. Maybe play Goblin Sneak and Legion of One. Yeah, we do know that he does have those cards. And if you win this conflict, you do get favor. But the other thing to consider is that sruman knows his hand as well, and so knows that he can do that. So he either has a way to deal with that or just doesn't care, I guess. Doesn't have assassinate. The lion player... Oh, he played it, or he discarded it off of the restoration of balance. Yeah, my bad. Yeah, so he is going to play the Goblin Sneak. He actually puts a fate on it. I've never seen that before. So we have a 2-fate Goblin Sneak now. Yep, and there's the Legion of One. And like I said, sruman knew that he had this, so either he has another military buff, or he doesn't care. Oh, he has the swordsmith as well. I miscounted. So actually, if Tenerim wins this, they just tie favor. Yeah, I wasn't counting swordsmith. So this will be 2, 3, 4, 5 to... If he wins, he has 5 to 4. If he loses, it's... Hold on. No, it's... So this battle is for favor now, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, they both have 4 in their pool right now. sruman has 4 unclaimed. Or standing glory, I mean. And Tenerim has 3 from Palace plus 1 for the ring. So whoever wins this conflict is going to get the favor. Dragon wins with box. Oh, because he played a dice show. Yeah, so now he wins with box if he does that. Yeah, he does have the second Legion of One, though, right? So he can play another Legion of One. There is the Dragon Box used. That could be why he played... Yeah, I think that's why he put the extra fate on the Goblin. So this is a very large Goblin now. 13 military Goblin. Hold on, I want to get a picture of that. That's pretty good. Never has a Goblin been so large. Yep, you can't void fist that. And so that means Tenerim is going to get the favor. So yeah, that is a little bit interesting because sruman did know exactly what was in Tenerim's hand. So he should have been able to know that he could pull that combo off and get up to 13 military skill. But yeah, just doesn't play around it, I guess. Surprised Dragon didn't get a break with that board in hand. Yeah, well, so what happened was Dragon left everybody at home trying to get the favor. So he didn't get to do like a big attack even though he had this huge board. And then he didn't even get the favor, so it kind of didn't work out for Dragon that turn. Um, that large board will be sticking around though. So he'll get another chance here. We'll see what he can do with that. Unfortunately, he is going to lose Yokuni. Probably not a huge deal. Tenerim probably will flip this face-down province with the staging ground. And he'll have Ujiaki with favor for another turn, which is pretty good. But yeah, 10 to 4 cards, as Doji David points out. It's a very large difference there. And Tenerim is down 1 honor as well. So despite the large hand discrepancy, he doesn't even have an honor lead, unfortunately. I think he should have let Art of War break. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I think he should have let the Art of War break when the investigator attacked. Just, draw some more cards. You don't really care about the province breaking. The character in it was this guy, which, again, you don't care about. Ooh, interesting. So, Lion finds a few good things here. The 7th Legion is an excellent charge target. This guy here is the main event. And so he has covert. When he wins a political conflict, choose a character you control, honor that character, draw 1 card. So he honors somebody, he draws you a card. That's pretty good. Not sure if he'll be able to win a political conflict with this dragon board, but he does have covert for what it's worth. And then Mia Mystic, he can play that if he wants to kill one of these attachments. So I think you either play this guy with 2 fate, or you just play the Mystic, maybe? Doji David's saying maybe you play both. Don't think Ikehata is ever meant to win the conflict. Yeah, so could just be a bait to make your opponent overcommit. Yeah, I kind of like Mystic Pass. Ooh, what? He played the 7th Legion with... Okay, wait. That kind of happened fast there. I looked away for a second. So he played the 7th Legion with 2 fate. And Dragon just passed. That is pretty surprising, in my opinion. Wow. So currently the only courtier on Dragon's side is the investigator. Yeah, I do like the Dragon Pass, denying any fate from Tenerim. He's going to be at 0 fate. He will be able to get a fate off a ring here, but... Yeah, he had Uchiaki to bring in the 7th Legion. Ooh, not going to do that, though. Could still bring in this guy. He can bring in the Mystic as well, which is actually good. And then we'll see what that face down card is if he gets a chance to use that. Swordsmith finds a katana. Ooh, Cloud the Mind on the Ujiaki, but he does have the Let Go. Very fortunate there. So yeah, you 100% use that. That is the last Cloud the Mind there. And yeah, if he Ujiakis to bring in this Mystic, he can actually kill the Cloud on this Lion's Pride Brawler as well, as Doji David pointed out. Yeah, that is the last Cloud. There are 2 in the discard and 1 on the Lion's Pride Brawler. Last Cloud, last Let Go, yep. So we see a pass. So Lion has the first conflict here. It's too bad that the Investigator has a fate on him, or you could attack with the 7th Legion and then go water and bow him. He is just going to go fire, though. He does have a keeper. Just one, right? Yeah, I didn't miss any. Lion's Conflict does have 26 zero-cost cards. Yeah, that is a good point. That could be his idea here, is just, since he has so many zero-cost cards, he can just go into this conflict phase with no fate and have a big character that's going to last a while, which he definitely needs. Going to go with that Sacred Sanctuary there. It's going to be used on Reitsugu. Only things he can't do are conflict characters, charge, and Hawk Tattoo, yeah. Which actually, have we seen any conflict characters? We saw the Goblin and the Crone. But that's it. We did see 2 Hawk Tattoos. Only one of those left. Void Fist? Yeah, we actually have not seen a Void Fist yet. How big is Reitsugu? Not very big because of this Dishonor, unfortunately. Oh, Mitsu. Yeah, Reitsugu is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 with the Stronghold. So yeah, he's definitely big enough to Void Fist here. He is a monk thanks to the Seal of the Dragon. Oh. Yeah, that's a good point. Way of the Lion makes the 7th Legion 14 military, and we have not seen any of those played yet, as far as I know. All 3 Legion of 1s, but yeah, no Way of the Lions. Double Hurricane Punch makes Reitsugu big as well. Yeah, that would put him at 14, actually. See, if he uses Stronghold, he's at 10 now, so if none in the discard. But yeah, if he plays one, he can Mitsu the second one. He had Way of the Lion in his hand? I don't remember, but I will take your word for it. Ooh. Let's see. Wow, that conflict kind of just ended without me noticing. It looks like, okay, he just defended with these 2 guys and just won because he had so much military skill. We see Tattooed Wanderer and Pathfinders played on this Investigator. Misplay on Masterpiece. Oh. Forgot to use Masterpiece, yeah. That happens. Not really a big deal. He's going to find Upholding Authority here. Coverted Ujiaki. This Lion's Pride Brawler is only 2 skill, which is not very much. You don't just go Feast or Famine with the blade. Yeah, he could just go at Feast or Famine. It could be that he wants to get this staging ground out of here, though. Like, as long as you have the Pathfinder's Blade, both of these are just 3 strength blank provinces, right? So, I think maybe he just wants to break the staging ground over the Mia Mystic. Yeah, you can pretty much do any of these with Blade. That is true. Yeah, I feel like not defending is probably correct. I mean, it feels bad to defend with Lion's Pride Brawler, but I guess maybe it just feels bad either way. This way you at least save it for the military attack. Oh wait, this is the water ring. Hold on. He's just gonna bow the... I mean, I guess if he defends, he just unbows Mitsu, but... Yeah, I don't know, it's tough. There are Pathfinder's Blades on all 3 of these big dragon characters here, so it's kind of tough. It's a clouded LPB. Yeah, I mean, she has more military skill, though, than political. Mitsu wasn't used yet? Yeah, that's true. I mean, what card can he play here? Charge? Could staging ground and then charge whatever's under there, if it's better. I don't know what he can do. It's political. Yeah, so he can't actually charge this conflict. Good point. I'm just trying to think of what he can play with 1 fate that would actually do something here. Yeah, you could play reservist, I guess. I would stop the break, but then he just strongholds, and it breaks anyway. So all it really does is eat the stronghold action and save you 1 honor. Yeah, I think dragon breaking 2 this round and then attacking stronghold next turn is very likely. Oh. That's weird. So, since Art of War and Upholding Authority are both in the row, he actually has Manicured Garden under the stronghold. That's definitely an unorthodox decision there. Yeah, it is going to break. Pathfinder's Blade will cancel the ability, and he's going to ready Mitsu. Yeah, and I mean, there's not much you can really do as a lion, I think. Maybe you just attack with Ujiaki and break this sanctuary, and then you defend with Lion's Pride Brawler. I would definitely consider that. If you have a reservist as well, you can drop her in on the defense if you need extra skill. You really don't want Dragon to break another province here, because he's still going to have a very large board next turn, and he will have the first attack. Yeah, I mean, Ujiakiing in the Mystic doesn't do a whole lot. I think you would probably actually use it to discard one of Dragon's attachments here. Unless you're attacking with the Lion's Pride Brawler. There are going to be two Pathfinder's Blades, though. I think he's going to attack with both Raitsugu and Mitsu. Oh, wait, tenerim passed his conflict opportunity. Wow. So he's just going to try to defend this, it looks like. But Mitsu has covert. Yeah, so he's gonna... Ooh, covert's the... I think you... Yeah, I think you covert Ujiaki here, actually. So he can't use the ability. So I guess he didn't attack because... Yeah, maybe you just have to attack with both characters, because if you only attack with one, then Mitsu's just going to covert the other one. But this feels bad, too. It looks like he's going to let Ujiaki defend. That is one less standing glory. We'll see what this ability usage can do. This is 14 military skill from Dragon with an unused stronghold, so I don't think Lion will be able to win this. Oh no, he did covert Ujiaki. Yeah, I think coverting... Ooh. So this is an interesting play. So he actually doesn't defend. Wait, why doesn't he defend? Dragon has standing glory here. He's just going to get the favor. Yeah, that was a mistake, I believe. And I think at this point the game probably will just be over this next turn because Dragon's gigantic board here is going to be at the stronghold. And Mitsu can covert whoever he wants. You could even do like a political attack and covert Ujiaki, and then the Legion can't defend, depending on what Lion gets here. Yeah. I think you just do that. You buy Yokuni, buy Alchemist, just do political something, covert Ujiaki, and then you win, right? There's Yokuni. Just buy everyone. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I think Lion definitely could have played that last turn a bit better. We see Yokuni Alchemist. I think passing here is fine. You have cards you can play with the Fate. You could play Swordsmith, I guess, if you really want to, but I don't think it's really going to matter. I think you're just going to win. Like, you go political, you covert Ujiaki, the only character that can defend is the Mystic. So he has one skill to your allot, and that should be enough to break. Oh, he has two coverts? Oh, yeah, he does have two coverts. He has the Tattooed Wanderer on the Investigator. So he could actually go military and covert these two. Or he could go political and covert these two, and then this can't defend. Either one is fine, I think. Yeah, like, I think he just wins the game here. I don't think there's any way Lion can not lose. He has so much skill. He can use Master Alchemist to honor Yokuni for another 3 skill, or Mitsu, either one. There's not any card in Lion's deck. Yeah, actually, that's a good point. You definitely go political to deny the charge. And additionally, he could have the 3rd Hawk Tattoo on 7th Legion into, like, 3 Way of the Lions. Right? And Raitsugu can't kill that because it has one fate. Didn't draw the second wave, that's unfortunate. Yeah. I theory crafted a hypothetical scenario one time where you play a ton of Way of the Lions on Matsu's 7th Legion, and you just keep drawing them because you have like no cards in your deck and a bunch of spyglasses and stuff. And it's actually possible to get him up to like 16,000 military skill in one conflict because it just keeps doubling. It's like a really, really, really specific scenario, but it is technically possible. Yeah, only one charge is unfortunate. It's a cool dream to have, yeah. You literally have to have like your entire deck in your hand, because then you play the three Way of the Lions, and then you move a Spyglass character in, and it draws those three cards again. Because you have no cards in your deck, and then you do that like twice, and then you use Backhanded Compliment on yourself 3 times to draw 3 cards again. So you just keep drawing them. You have to get the Spyglasses off of a Calling in Favors though, because you have to splash Scorpion for the Backhanded Compliment to draw more. And then you have to have favorable grounds in your provinces to move in and out twice. And yeah, and you have to start with you have to have like 20 honor or something because you keep shuffling and you lose a ton of honor. Technically possible. Alright, well, that's going to be it for this game. No, it does work because so you're playing Lion, you splash Scorpion for Backhanded Compliment and Calling in Favors. Your opponent is splashing Unicorn or playing Unicorn, and you Calling in Favor all 3 Spyglasses. And then you have you have like 3 favorable grounds in your provinces, so you can move in and then move out and then move in. Yeah, it's really silly, but it's just like a fun thing to think about. All right, well, that's going to do it for this game. Congratulations to sruman for winning. He will advance to the round of 64, and he will play against... where is it? He will play against Eric, playing Crane. Should be good. And I believe we are now actually just going to go right into another game. So I'm going to go ahead and... Oh, looks like the other player is away. Never mind. So that won't be happening right now, but yeah, potentially we'll see that at some point. But yeah, that's going to be it for this game. So thank you everyone for watching, and I will see you next time.